ABC's News 8 at 5.
Take me away, lock me up. I will never stop fighting for these beautiful beings.
Protests and arrests downtown as dozens of animal rights advocates fight for their cause. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Marcella Lee, in tonight for Barbara Lee Edwards. The protest was mostly peaceful, but 4 women were arrested for blocking the entrance to City Hall.
The event is part of a global demonstration that demands legal rights for all animals. News 8's Steve Fiorina is live downtown to show us what happened here. Steve?
Much calmer right now, Carlo. This morning, though, quite a show as we had protesters, police, fire, and lots of cameras. Protest songs, signs, billowing smoke, chains, women locking themselves to chunks of concrete and blocking the entrance to San Diego City Hall.
I will never give up. Take me away, lock me up. I will never stop fighting for these beautiful beings.
All for animal rights.
One struggle, one fight!
Human freedom, animal rights!
Graphic descriptions shouted of mistreatment of animals.
Female dairy cows right now are having their babies ripped away from them.
A peaceful protest for most.
I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly.
But police warned that the demonstrators had to clear a path.
I command all of those assembled at the City Administration Building to immediately disperse.
4 women refused and were disconnected, stood up, handcuffed, and led to a waiting transport van. Heads held high to cheers from the crowd.
We're literally trying to bring peace.
And snapshots taken for social media.
I command all of those assembled.
San Diego police were extremely cautious in handling the protest, establishing a dialogue about crossing the line.
Unfortunately, we had 4 individuals who continued violating the law, and then slowly, methodically, safely, we placed those people under arrest today.
The organizers thanked the police. They had made their point.
Our ask today is very simple. We would like the right to rescue.
This is one of several protests of late across the state. Just earlier this week, several dozen protesters arrested in San Francisco. Back to you.
Thanks, Steve. There have been similar protests around the world over the past week. In South Korea, animal protest activists who locked down a slaughterhouse to demand an animal bill of rights. In Mexico City, protesters chained themselves together, blocking a busy intersection to show their support. In Paris, French citizens chained themselves in front of Parliament, asking legislators to protect animals from factory farms. In Toronto, activists took over a place called Nathan Phillips Square to bring attention to the treatment of pigs that are raised for foods. And in San Francisco, activists appeared at a Board of Supervisors meeting asking for the support of a resolution in support of the right to rescue. Coming up in our second half hour, the agenda behind the group responsible for today's protest.
4 people under arrest tonight after chaining themselves to concrete blocks at the entrance of San Diego City Hall. Welcome back. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The protesters demanded an animal bill of rights before being arrested peacefully by San Diego police.
I will sit here as long as I have to. Whatever they're going to do to me pales in comparison.
Activists with Direct Action Everywhere staged the protest to bring awareness and rally support for an animal bill of rights. They're asking for San Diego City Council members to take up the issue and create local legislation to protect animals.
Things didn't get better until people stood in front of Congress or came in large groups in order to say that this is not right and we're not going to stand up for this anymore.
This is part of a worldwide mobilization by Direct Action Everywhere. Chapters demanding citizens' rights to rescue sick and injured animals from exploitative situations. Let's take a look at the issues that prompted this global rise to action.
News 8's Alicia Summers is live at Las Colinas Detention Facility with more. Alicia?
Well, some of the members of that animal rights group protesting in downtown earlier today are now in front of the Las Colinas Detention Facility awaiting the release of 4 of their members who were arrested this morning in downtown. I spoke with a group representative about their message.
Every animal has a story.
Animal activists from Direct Action Everywhere San Diego say the reason for their civil disobedience downtown was to get the attention of the San Diego City Council.
If someone had just come down and had a conversation with us, that is all we were asking, is for City Council to address the fact that we have been there and we have been asking for their attention. No one has given us their attention.
They want the right to rescue any and all animals in distress, not just pets like cats or dogs. They want the ability to enter meat, dairy, and egg farms to save those animals in bad condition as well.
A lot of us have seen inside the conditions and know you would never, ever want to treat another living being like this ever. So we're bringing this to light.
They believe all animals should have the right to not be abused and killed.
We have this cognitive dissonance, and we have believed and been brought up to believe that they are commodities and not individuals.
The global group is trying to pass an animal bill of rights called Rose's Law, giving animals the right to be free and protected. They also want animal abusers to be held accountable.
We would like to see the complete end of all animal exploitation, whether it be in the meat, dairy, eggs, racing, fishing industries. We have continued to abuse and use these animals and exploit them for years and years and years, and we've been conditioned to this, so it's time for us to stand up and speak for them.
Keep on loving boldly.
They say they will keep demonstrating to give a voice to the most voiceless and vulnerable of all.
Animals, my friends, you will not walk alone.
And the 4 people arrested are facing misdemeanors: unlawful assembly, obstructing a sidewalk, and resisting an officer. I'm told their bail is being processed. They should be released any hour now, and they will continue protesting until something is done to help these farm animals. Back to you.
All right, Alicia, thanks.